Hello, I'm Emma Pickard, and this is my video presentation number 2 on typographical America and axioms. So, an axiom is something that is regarded as truth because it's been over-displayed in the media as being so. Sometimes when I ask my students why, they often respond with, because yeah, when they don't have a real reason for what they have said or asked me. Their answer is the same as axioms in the media. For example, the current discussion of pronouns, people don't have any scientific proof that human beings can be anything other than male or female. But the constant exposure and people talking about it in the media and people saying that anyone can be anything they feel like and you know, your gender is what you want it to be, and like all of this being fed into us, our culture regards it as truth without the proof. But when we start asking real questions of why or how or the real details, people always just respond with because yeah, and they get really defensive. We go to the media for everything, for entertainment, news, knowledge, everything. And the more that we're on social media, the more ammunition that we give these axioms. I think it's very easy to believe something the more times you hear it. That's how propaganda works. Repetition and confidence are tactics to persuade people, but not to inform people. Not for something that's real or factual. What we consume every day in the media isn't informative really or factual. It's mostly just the ideas of other people that they're trying to persuade us to believe. Knowing this, our attitude towards media should be very skeptical. Most people form their opinions on everything, you know, social, medical, like history, pop culture, parenting, economics from the media. And people hardly do any sort of research because they don't have to. We're constantly being fed through, you know, like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever. We're constantly being fed information that we didn't even know we wanted, and our curiosity peaks, I think, but not enough to seek real information. People aren't going out to read books or find articles. They just Google more stuff, or like so many people look stuff up on TikTok or YouTube, or these places that don't have real factual information. Everyone says, be cautious of what you believe on the internet, you know, but no one's telling you to be cautious about being on the internet so much. It's not about the time. It's like, oh, don't believe everything you hear, but that's hard when you're constantly being fed that information. It's hard to just disregard that. We absorb so much subconsciously by that repetition. People say they like certain music even though they don't agree with what it says, or they watch certain shows even though they don't agree with what's going on, or they watch movies even though they don't agree with the message. But that's how the devil starts to infiltrate into your mind and into your heart. We have to protect our hearts and our minds from these messages that go against the Bible. Listening to these songs over and over, watching these shows over and over, watching these movies over and over, allow them to infiltrate into our mind, and that becomes our truth. As believers, our truth is Jesus. The truth is Jesus. He's the ultimate truth. So we need to be careful of not only what we're consuming, but how much we're consuming it, because that repetition allows it to become our truth, and it starts to become our reality. And as simple as it sounds, I think the simplicity of just not absorbing it as much, it makes it sound like that's easy. I won't watch, or I won't get on social media as much today. But you start to slip, and you really have to be, I think, strict about it, because its simplicity doesn't, we don't think about the gravity of it and how dangerous it can be because it seems so simple. So we think that consumption isn't that big a deal, and that's how it starts to infiltrate into our lives. So I think that as believers, we have to be so cautious about how much we're consuming and as much as what we're consuming. And so, you know, it's like, oh, I won't consume as much media today, but are you diving into the Bible? And it's like, oh, I will read my Bible today, but I'm still going to watch, 5 hours of YouTube. So you have to not only cut back, but also read your Bible, and not only read your Bible, but like cut back on social media as well. So don't let it sneak up on you, and protect your heart and your mind from, this new form of ammunition that the devil has his hands on. Thank you.